All right, for our next video, we're looking at Star Wars Princess Leia Organa Black Series figure from the Princess Leia mini-series with artwork by Terry Dodson. Oh, the way I got it figured.
The way I got it figured.
Hey, out there in action figure land, way I got it figured, back with another Star Wars Black Series review. This time we're looking at the comic book Princess Leia figure. I'm a big Terry Dodson fan, so I really like his artwork, and I have many pieces of his artwork. And when they decided to do Princess Leia based on the limited series, I decided, well, I kind of want that figure. So how I feel about Black Series and G.I. Joe Classified, and most of your 6-inch lines they're sort of like hero versions of characters. So while I have quite an extensive, vintage collection, 3 3/4 inch scale Star Wars collection, I do tend to get some Black Series figures that are iconic versions of characters or whatever, for that purpose. And I bought Princess Leia for that reason. And I got her months ago from Hasbro Pulse when it became available. I pre-ordered it, became in the mail, yada yada. And I just kept finding other things to shoot videos on. Just kept putting it off. But I wanted to get Princess Leia in here because I do want to have more Star Wars content on the channel. Star Wars is one of the big three, right? What I tell people all the time in conversations in toy shops and the aisles of Targets and everything is, hey, look, Star Wars gets you G.I. Joe, G.I. Joe gets you Transformers. That's how it works in my brain. Everything else is on the side of that, but that's the direct sort of through line of my toy collecting career. Yes, there are some other things on the side. Masters of the Universe to a small degree for me. Big one was Superpowers collection. Mask was another big one. But those three were the sort of the creme de la creme. So we're going to go over the box of Princess Leia. We're going to go over the figure, and I'm going to compare her with some other Black Series figures, just to see, how she looks in the display. So with that, we're going to get started. All right, so here's Princess Leia's box on the turntable. And these sort of expanded universe comic book versions of characters they've been doing for a little while now. They did Jack Soar, they did Luke Skywalker from Heir to the Empire. Mara Jade is actually one of the new ones that just came out. So they've been doing these for a little while. And, I think they're cool to give you kind of a look into the comic books, and they trying to do them in the style of whatever was going on in said comic. The packaging is nice, but being an opener, I'm not going to keep it in the box. But all of it, the entire box is lined with Terry Dodson artwork, which I think is one of the best artists really ever to pick up a pencil. And I'm happy with the box. And of course it opens. And then there you got Leia, who we'll have some discussion about, of course. Black Series. And you got the blurb here. Princess Leia Organa was one of the greatest leaders of the Rebel Alliance, fearless on the battlefield, and dedicated to ending the Empire's tyranny. So very cool, very cool. You got this Velcro stuff here that gives it a more premium feel. And yeah, the box is a little banged up. It didn't come banged up. It's just from me bringing it to work and not actually shooting the video. So it's really my fault. But we're gonna get Princess Leia out and see what we're dealing with. So we've got Princess Leia on the turntable with her accessories, which is her pistol and Imperial blaster rifle. Of course, she has this cape, which is not soft goods, it's plastic. And that's pretty much it. Star Wars Black Series figures don't come with tons and tons of accessories. Usually just kind of come with whatever's appropriate to the character, not much else. This version of the character rather, as stated before, is based on the comic book series, and there are some reuses here. It's not a brand new figure. The cape itself is the same cape that Padme Amidala figure had, for example. Might even have the same boots. Of course, the head sculpt is new, and the body is from the Hoth Leia, and the hands might be new, or they might be from some other figure. I'm not sure, but the boots are not what came with the Hoth Leia. That's not the same boots. She might be a little bit taller than your average Leia figure because of the boots. I'm not sure. I haven't compared her to the other ones, but so we'll find that out together. But I really love the blaster holster belt, and really just the general look of the figure. I mean, that's why I bought it. I like that. So for articulation, she has pretty much the standard Black Series articulation. So she does have kind of a ab crunch to a degree. Waist swivel. Legs go to about there, but it is somewhat hampered by the holster. She does have an ankle rocker. No bicep swivel, because Black Series usually doesn't get the bicep swivel. Wrists articulate up somewhat and down somewhat, and then back and forth. And I always say the portrait makes the figure, and well, you know, that's Carrie Fisher. That's Princess Leia. So yeah, not much bad to say there. I believe if you pop, you know, the cape is removable, of course, if you pop the head off. I'm not going to do that, but I believe you can take the head off if you really want to. So that's about it. Not a whole bunch to tell. So we'll get her geared up, and let's see how she looks there. All right, so Leia's back on the turntable. This time geared up with her accessories. Looking good. Holds her gun pretty well. Her other gun slots into her holster perfectly. It's a perfect fit. And the figure just looks even better with the accessories on. So, you know, I'm very, very happy with this figure so far. And, you know, a lot of times, you know, I want to have a display with all the main heroes, but they don't necessarily have to be in what I would call the traditional movie outfits. It just has to be a really good version. And I honestly feel like this is a really good version of Princess Leia. This is like a sort of encapsulates the majesticness of the character and the down and dirtiness of the character. I think it does. It's doing a lot of things, and it works for me. So there you go with our accessories, and let's look at some comparisons. All right, so here's Leia with her main compadres. Luke, Skywalker Jedi Knight from Return of the Jedi. Han Solo from Return of the Jedi. And Chewie from The Empire Strikes Back. Chewie's one of the retro card ones. The Han Solo's a recent release on the Return of the Jedi box with the green on it. It's basically the same figure that was in the Heroes of Yavin set that I almost got but didn't get. So you might be seeing a theme here, which is my favorite movie of all the classic trilogy is Return of the Jedi. Is it the best movie? Probably not. But it is my favorite. And the reason for that, of course, is because it's the coming of age of Luke Skywalker, who is my favorite character in Star Wars. So I am missing a few guys. I got to get Lando, and I know he was like warming pegs, but General Lando Calrissian is the preferred go-to Black Series figure to represent Lando. So I'm going to get that one. And I got to get C-3PO. And then they're doing an R2-D2, a new R2-D2 in 2023. So I'll be getting that. And then, of course, there's also Luke, the Imperial light cruiser version of Luke that people in other countries are already getting. So he'll be replacing, well, I don't want to go as far as say replacing, but that figure is much better than this one. This is the Walmart exclusive Black Series Luke Skywalker. So, yeah, he's getting replaced. It's just a much better figure. But for now, this is Luke, and she looks just fine with them. I do also have Princess Leia from Return of the Jedi here, which is how these guys were initially displayed. So Leia would be here, and for whatever reason, she doesn't want to stand up anymore, but she was standing on my shelf before. So one of the things I wanted to do, though, was compare the size, and they are roughly the same size. I don't know what's going on with Leia's legs here. She just don't want to stand, man. Come on, Leia. You were standing for months. Here we go. So they're roughly the same size. She is a little bit taller. These boots are just a little bit longer, and that's really the difference. So while also, like, I wouldn't go as far as to say this is the replacement for that. But you know, when I want to have an iconic shelf, then that's probably how it's gonna go. This is the best version of Han Solo, I think. And you know, I could probably make him seem more generally iconic by removing the trench coat, but I like the trench coat. And of course I have his blaster here, but this is the Return of the Jedi DL 38 that he was running around with. And I prefer the DL-44, which you only see him use in 2 movies, which is Episode 4 and Episode 7. So he has the DL-44 in there with the long scope, and in Solo, a Star Wars story also, so 3 movies. And that's the gun I prefer for Han Solo. So again, it's not about 100% screen accuracy. It's also about what I like to see the character with and how I like to see the character. So I love my holsters in Star Wars, low slung holsters, and so yeah, Princess Leia looks great with hers along with Han Solo. So there you go. All right, final word on Star Wars Princess Leia Black Series. I am very happy with this figure. I just think that it just hits all the iconic notes that I think of when I see Princess Leia. Like I said, I'm a big Terry Dodson fan. So, you know, for me, I'm going to give this figure a 9 out of 10. It's going to definitely represent Princess Leia on my Black Series shelf. Okay, so that's going to do it for this video. I wanted this one to be as quick and dirty as possible, trying to keep the time down for you guys. If you like the content, please like, subscribe, and leave a comment if you're new to the channel. If you've been watching for a while, thank you so much. I appreciate all of you. And hopefully I can keep the content coming that you keep coming back for. In the meantime, everybody stay safe out there, and I will see you on the next video. Peace.